I am speaking to someone in a beautiful, beautiful space in their life, an energy that I am in, a very similar energy that I have been very used to being in. So I understand this energy that you're in right now. I'm speaking to someone in their Empress energy, and all this basically means is everything that is now that you're now experiencing, the Empress energy, and I understand this to be a place where you are finally able to just live in peace, allow the life that you truly want to be living, for it to just be naturally and organically attracted to you moment to moment. And there isn't any need, even though it gets really, really tempting now. And this is kind of what I really feel I'm being called to send this message to this collective for, is that you're on your path. That you may be very fresh at this energy. You may be not really used to kind of being in this space, and it may be really new to finally just feel really utterly comfortable with who you are, be feel really comfortable with your authentic expression, your creativity, with being seen, with it being really visible. And there isn't any of this internal conflict anymore with, should I, shouldn't I? You just are allowing, and it's free flowing now. That channel of creative expression is able to just freely flow through you and be seen, and you're visible. And being in this energy is just, there's a reason why the Empress, just sits on her throne, but everything is perfectly created. Everything happens. This energy is the perfect kind of symbol for the Wu Wei. If you know the Wu Wei, the yin yang symbol, the flow, it's perfectly an archetype of flow. And in flow, the reason why flowing is so effortless, and actually the Wu Wei is another word for effortless action, is because force has been completely removed. There is no need to do anything anymore, because you are simply living life now as you are. You have come and arrived to be able to live life as you are, which means you are heading towards being completely able to live and be paid to exist, which is the ultimate example of true success, in my opinion, in life. When you can just simply be paid to exist as you are. You are no longer doing a job, you are the job. You are no longer you no longer have a boss, you are the boss. You no longer need to figure out what to do, because what is needing to be done is constantly just being received by you through your true connection to yourself and to your higher power. However it is you resonate with that, this is a really beautiful energy, and all you need to do is just kind of remain rooted in the beauty, in the innocence, in the allowance of that creative expression to be continually able to be channeled through you. You don't really need to kind of get stuck in trying to get it right, because getting it right is simply about refining how the energy is seen, how it's made visible, who it's serving. Depending on who you are, I'll give you the example of a musician, for example, that is in this energy. Maybe you're a new musician and you are now busking, and you're out in the streets and you are just playing the music that you love to play. You're being seen in your raw authenticity, your creative rawness, right? And people passing by can just experience you, and you're visible in that way. This is exactly the energy that I'm reading for right now. Whether it is that you are a musician and you're busking, that's an example. But maybe you are a content creator and you're just putting content out there. You're expressing yourself, and the world now can kind of truly see who you are. It's a beautiful space to be, but it's also, this energy really requires devotion now. And that's devotion to just continuing to live in this way, because there's no longer this trying to be something. You're not trying to be anyone but this energy that, how do I even say this? Like, you're not trying to be anyone but yourself anymore, right? And this does take time for the world to catch up, for your physical reality to reorganize and recalibrate around who you are. Going back to the example of the busker doesn't go from busking one day and then the next day they're playing in stadiums. You know what I mean? It takes that they are now on a journey from busking to the stadium, or busking to success in whatever way that musician is trying to create success for themselves. You know, if you're a DJ, for example, you're doing your first few gigs. This is the energy that I'm seeing right now. You know, so whoever I'm speaking to right now, allow the process. Allow the process. Allow the energy that you are, the beauty and the light that you are sharing with the world, the healing beauty and creative energy. Just allow that to be seen, right? Because it's really hard when you're really new in this space to not get in your own way, to not feel like you need to add and do more than you're already doing, to kind of not get frustrated and want more than what is already happening, because that's very, very normal when this is very new. You know, you want to go from busking to success and having a big crowd around you almost overnight. You're like, okay, look, I'm ready to be seen now. Why isn't anyone showing up? And these are very typical limiting beliefs and experiences that someone that's very new in this energy is likely to be having. So again, I'm feeling really called now to kind of just trust the process. Don't rush it. There's nothing to rush. There's nothing to force. Enjoy living in this way because you've cultivated this connection to yourself, to life, to your higher power, and just enjoy living in serenity and in peace. A space where every single human being is working to get to and is going through their own journey to get to. This is the new success, in my opinion. Success no more can be seen by physical items, but can be felt through your presence, through your serenity, through the peace that you are. Through just being in other people's presence and through sharing yourself, people can see and be inspired by that, you know, and that is beautiful. You know, and that is beautiful. That is the service that you have to humanity as a result of you reaching this point in your journey, you know, and all of the blessings and all of what's owed to you now as a result of you doing this work will come to you, you know, in its timing, because you're still learning moment to moment every single day. You are in your most authentic energy, but you're still got to learn. You got to craft your skills. You got to learn. You got to still educate yourself. But you're now going to be doing it. You're now not going to be coming off your path and doing something completely opposite to what you should be doing, because you now understand how to stay in alignment. So I know this energy well. It takes an incredible amount of inner work to get here. So congratulations, and just enjoy being as you are. And everything that is owed to you will come to you in its due time. Until the next one, thank you.